Good morning. Well, the rain kind of missed us. He just got the planter's tractor home. We had planned on running the 380 on this, so we didn't change the oil. We knew it was coming up, so dropping the oil out of it. He said the new tires made it ride great. Going to go through here. We got grease fittings, dailies here on your cylinders, your main fold points on your hinges, your hinge cylinder here. Go through and inspect. Like, I know where that oil come from. That was our hose the other day. We're going to look for oil leaks, things of that nature. Brian found a loose row unit, which I've not had on this planter yet. One of the U-bolts had loosened and allowed the row unit to move. So I'm going to look into that. Possibly those work loose or have some kind of issue. Maybe it's a freak one-time thing, but we don't need it happening again. Didn't tear anything up, but if it moves over, it can. Your lines and everything get tighter as it moves. So we had a close call. Just scoot it back over, retighten it. A couple dust caps missing. These are getting pretty tired. Ooh, we got a bearing. Look at that. That's why the dust cap's off. We'll go through and spin all those. Walk around a planter, you'll find things that are falling off or broke or all various forms. Don't want to get your fingers in there. Tear our bearings out. There'll be a snap ring and we just pound it out. Gotta make sure we don't lose any of our washers. These bearings are the same as what's in, or that are in these. So we're lucky there, and they're also the same on the John Deere planter and the ammonia bar. They're a double row. We'll go put one in. Snap ring out. Snap ring holds this side. So to hammer it out, you flip it over and you hammer from this side to push it out. Got the bearing out. You can see the balls in it. It's junk. Scrap bin, alignment tool here. There, it made a noise. I can see our ring for our snap groove, or groove. I can see the bearings back against the back here. I'm going to hammer your bearing in until it seats at the back. I'm going to flip this over, put the snap ring in. Man, I'll drop that on my toe. And you don't want to hit your head on these. Everybody has a wound from these closing wheels. Otherwise, we like them. Oh, don't do that. Hey, it's in. Like new. Well, those were on the cusp of needing replaced. We didn't do them. Kind of rolling the dice. I've done a few of these. We're going to do them all this summer. Bearing is out. We are due for a full rebuild when we get done. Quick tip. We all work off the right side. Our monitors are over here, usually operate some kind of a hydro handle. So we kind of watch to this side. Well, the right side of the planter is where all the fence rows and all the debris are. And that's probably why that's loose and why that's bent. We'll fix that. The bolt's tight. The bearing, not so much. We'll get that off there. Now the flip axle has a few extra fittings on it. That's the negative to it. You gotta get these greased. They're not terrible to get to, luckily, so got them there, and then there's some on the back of this wishbone. The big main hinge. He's got a problem with the flip axle back here. It doesn't want to stay in time, and it'll lean, and it does it right when you're trying to leave. switching valves and doing a few things, just seeing if we can fix it. It also sags in one spot. So there's a cylinder in this system somewhere leaking. The only way to diagnose that's just to switch valves here and there, different places switch valves, or switch cylinders, and taking those big cylinders off doesn't look fun. We also have rebuild kits for them. One of those will fix this problem, but I don't know which one. It's been a recurring issue. It was that way when we got it. So he's going to phase it. He'll drop it down, and you'll hear him squeal. Okay. He'll try it again. He's going to hold it down and rephase it. And he'll squeal it. There, settled all the way. When it picks up, it doesn't even, this tire has no weight on it, and it really doesn't have much weight on it now. No.
And then you'll go through the field and it'll do this, because all the weight will be on that one, and this side drifts down. There, I've swapped them. I've swapped whole valve block assemblies. That didn't do anything. I've swapped now the lower C2, except to swap side to side, and the problem didn't move. That's wing wheel is C2, axle is C1. I might try something there next.
It's got the hydraulic downforce for the wings. This cylinder pushes on the wing, and it takes weight off your big heavy tanks here. So you're not just carrying all your weight on these 4 tires, you're putting it out here on the wings. That all works great. Being air down is a little cheaper because of that, but with strip till we're very consistent on our seed bed, so I don't think we mind the air down. The electric drive has been nice, not having all the stuff to work on. And Kinze in 2014 went to these heavier arms. The 3000 series arms we had were fine, but these are just a lot heavier duty. They really did a good job on that. I think if they could have got the electronics that first year in 2014, this planter really would have took off. They just had some issues when they first come out, and man, it's just hard to come out of that if you have something that didn't work quite as expected. Some guys are a little disappointed in them, but so far we've really enjoyed this planter. It's been, the design's nice, folds up nice, everything's heavy duty. It's easy to work on, is the main thing. Easy to get in here. To each row you just don't have a lot. You got an air line, your vacuum, your seed, your air hoses for your row cleaners, and a wire. It's just not much to it. Now this cylinder's leaking here. There's an O-ring in there. No. Now we had a couple closing wheel bearings out. And we had a couple disc openers. Disc openers are still in spec, but they'll be within 1/8 of spec, so they'll be junk at the end of the season. They won't be all the way roar out, but they're close enough they need to go. Now to run all 24 electric motors on the meters, it's got an alternator right here. That's what you hear screaming on this. Usually running that alternator, and it's got this PTO pump that runs this hydraulic pump off the PTO that runs all that. Now, I think the tractor would run everything without that pump. We already had the pump. I'm glad we didn't switch it to the 380. I was getting ready to switch all the brackets and stuff, and that 380 is still not here. I think they had a part back order or something. I'm not sure, to be honest. But we've been getting by without it. We're going to kind of allot those hours to some tillage with the disc in the fall. We got some fields with 250 bushel corn residue, and they stay wet. And some of them need smoothed up, just some. And don't want to do them all. But 380 pulls that real nice, and we can plug somebody into that in the fall. They can cruise in it, and it gets the job done. It also sitting there for ammonia, and that's the main thing it was bought for. The guys, it's hot. The air in those cases is good compared to the Challengers. A little more comfortable, and 380 horse on a 23 row ammonia bar. You can rip with that. Looking forward to having it back for that at least. The planting 380 was overkill for what we're doing. I don't think he's running much over 6 miles an hour. Nice not being in a hurry. We keep running out of ground. The rain moves around, and as you can see right now, there's none on the radar, but it's just not conducive to dry. And we got a little wind, and I don't want to pack the ground with the sprayer, and I'm not going to spray in the wind, so it's parked too. Mainly just getting a lot of our maintenance stuff done. He's checking to make sure we don't have any ground that will plant. I'm putting seed in just to buy a little time. Doesn't matter if seed's in there. Making use of our time, I guess. So we've got a little side chute here, and you can put it up there. Open your little door, and then that's got a little door. You don't have to run through the seed tender that way. If we're in a barnyard, sometimes we'll just do it like this. Just got to be careful not to tip the forklift over. It's a little top heavy. Getting ready to see the ditch with the drone. It's that ditch project we did last year. It's T40. DJI Agris T40. You can see the spinner box on there. Little hopper. Yeah. So they're going to fly that grass seed on. I think we're going to be down. There is said backhoe.
Now I said, come back here for 20 minutes and help me. 2 hours later, here we are.
It's a 1979 MF80. It's as old as I am. MF80. It was bought from a church. Grandpa found it. He gave $5 grand for this backhoe, and it's been around here since, well, since a long time. It's a big backhoe. They put a larger setup back here on it, but it's so heavy it constantly wants to wheelie. So we'll take a look at our ditch. This is a ditch that I got video of last year, a little over a year ago, that we dug. Not bad. It's taking shape. They're going to seed it. Give her another juice. Listen to her purr. Ooh, baby. We got it. Here's my answer to everything. Just get a can of ether, spray it all over it, and just keep trying. It works every time. It just sat here and died. I should have just quit celebrating.
Heft or set a little bit.
Well, we put the tools down, and we're going to go strip till, or we're going to try. He found a dry one. We got lucky with some sun this afternoon. That's helped. Pretty windy too, so we can't spray. Got a lot of maintenance done this morning. There's rain supposed to come tonight. I know I say that every day. See our blend. So there's rain on the way, but the chances are actually not as bad as they were earlier. We got things fixed. We stopped on that cylinder project. Brian found some dry ground. He's planted 73 acres. And he's just moved to another field. We've got it stripped, and it's a little dark in between the strips and the residue, but the strips are dry. He's got seed, so we're going to go ahead and unfold, and he's going to give it a shot. He's actually right out behind my house. We got rained out here last time. So I can't not be out here when the corn planter's running behind your house, right? Oh, beautiful. We've got all our tillage done right here. See, that's just as mellow as can be, but it's only in the strip. We're all sealed up right here, residue on, so we go dry. When I'm out here and it's dry and 95 degrees, I'm gonna be glad that residue's there. It helps shield us in the summer. The problem is it stays wet, so the solution, you just till where you need to. Through a Tremble FMX.
I run about 20 down and right now 60 up.
Okay.
So the down keeps it from bouncing and just keeps a little bit of downward pressure, but then the up is actually lifting most of the weight off of them.
I called down to Martin and we added this box to our existing row cleaners and got the clean sweeps. And new row cleaners were $32,000 for a 24-row planter. So we kept our old row cleaners off the old planter, put oversized bushings in them. And when I talked to Martin on the phone, they had that cylinder where you have up and down pressure. So we have kind of all the advantage, well, not all the advantages, most of the advantages of the new row cleaners. Those 4-link are pretty handy, but $32,000, we can do better than that. Today we were trying to change that cylinder out. We started to, but the pins are stuck. Man, I know with if the rain will miss, we'll knock those pins out or we'll mess something up. Earlier they said 90% chance, they've dropped it to 50%, so that's a pretty big difference. It's had us pretty much going. Now our cornstalk ground where we're no-tilling beans, it's still pretty wet. And I've got some bean burn down chemical in the sprayer, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to switch it back over to corn because my corn stalks are holding moisture. In between rains, I could run some more of on the bean stubble. It dries out faster, so I'm gonna be switching back and forth, I think, with that a little bit. Overall, 99 something singulation. I know these meters have been really good. Some of the plastic on them is a little gimmicky, but it's not broken. It's held up. But they singulate really well. And seed-wise, when you put different size seed to those meters, you don't really have to do much. Well, just adjust your singulator once in a while.
Yeah, there's a singulator. You just roll slightly back and forth. It takes 2 minutes.
So not bad at all.
And you can tell which way to roll it based off of when you're getting skips or doubles to know if to tighten it or loosen it a little bit.
Now, when we got this planter, it still had, what, 2014 or 2016 software?
Yeah, it was way out of date.
I was thinking
it had all kinds of problems back then.
And see, when this was at auction, I mean, it just used Kinze at auction. At that point in time, it was a good buy for us. We were a little leery of the electric drives, or he was and I was, but it's been easier to work on mechanically as well. Take you guys along for the ride. He's going to have all the iron wore off this thing.
Sorry, I don't want to plant this in
verdict.
We're gonna get wet.
Man, seems like every time we dry out, we just get dry and it's going to rain again. We keep the pressure on. I didn't want a weekend off, did you? Not yet. Not yet. Do a little fill in right here by my yard. There's always, what, 8 rows.
We only got like 4 right now.
Oh, 4. I was way off.
And this one will fall down into the teens, and it's just an RPM thing.
Just have to keep your RPMs up for the pump.
They are adjustable, but if you don't have enough oil flowing, it doesn't matter how much you do the adjustment. You just don't have enough oil. And the bulk fill fan, you just leave cranked for whatever reason.
If it works, right?
Yep.
Now, what population we planting here? I'm seeing 33,000.
Right now, about 33. This particular variety actually does not want higher populations. They actually want you to low productive ground. They want 28,000 drop.
Okay.
High productive, max 34. They don't want it over 34.
And we would be right under highly productive. We wouldn't.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be.
I'm actually not following a prescription right now because this is a fairly homogeneous farm, but I usually am letting it load off a prescription.
This field was pattern tiled in 2015. I mean, it's got what, 4 mains in it and good outlets. So that's a lot of the reason you can plant it before rain. Ooh, yeah, we're a little damp right here along the tree line. Luckily, those SIs, the finger tills, that was a Beck's PFR recommendation. We've always ran those since they come out. Matter of fact, we've only had one set.
Yeah,
they last forever.
Lasted a long time.
And
they're finally starting to wear, but that's to be expected.
2 rows.
Let's run tile there. It falls too far the other way.
Okay, around fall.
Before the tile, that was the whole farm.
Little watch it flex a little bit. Oh yeah. And you can see the wing cylinders push the weight back down on the wings. We love that feature. This allows us to run a bulk fill, not worry about the weight as much anyway.
It's still heavy, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't.
Yeah, wish it wasn't heavy. If it wasn't heavy, man, would it be so perfect or what? If we get rain, we're gonna have a cylinder off, that's for sure.
Yeah, I want to try rebuilding that one. I think that'll fix it.
For the barrel-less cylinder, as long as that's not scored, it can be rebuilt. I don't know, we've had this on another Kinze, the 3800, we had some cylinder issues. And the 3800, I actually welded on one of the cylinders, welded the end back on the barrel. And that always held, but it just, hydraulics, maybe could be a little better, I guess.
Even comes back up.
Shut it off for a minute, he's refiring, going through the process of loading the meters. Jump start. I turned all the meters, and it's primed. Back in business. Here we had a pair of 1997 Massey's, an 8120 and an 8160. We needed another tractor. We traded those 2 Masseys and got this Challenger. I had pictures of the day that it happened. Semi showed up with this Challenger. We unloaded it and we put 2 Masseys on there and they left. Those Masseys had been with us for a lot of years. We had a lot of memories in them. So when we're in this tractor, it's got the Massey spirit. Besides that, technically it is a Massey, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, yellow Massey. Just a little cheaper. Yeah, the plasticky stuff would be.
But the transmission and engine is insane.
Works great.
We're burning 0.2 of a gallon per acre.
Well,
I'd say it's filling in a little more.
it's getting more. It's not been doing that. We got way too much to go to finish this. Big dent in it though. These are some half-mile rows that we're in right now. He's just kind of cruising some of his seed out. Close to home, he can fold up and go right to the barnyard. We want it in the barnyard for sure because if we get some downtime, we want to work on it. A strip till bar, if you see those little clods, they don't bother, but a field cultivator clod, they're bad. We used to battle
clods
them.
that are there just disintegrate as soon as the rope leader touches them.
It's and the tillage is deep enough around the root zone. It's real mellow. It creates a nice seed bed that we like. Our fertilizer situation's been working out real well. Now we use Rogo Ag. We have one of their things on the channel on one of the shorts, but they use a robot. It's a bobcat with no person on it, goes out and pulls soil samples, but it does it RTK, and they're really accurate, and it's allowed us to really fine-tune a lot of our fertilities. We were at the farm show walking by, and there was Rogo. We had to check them out, and of all things, they're not far from us, so we use them on our soil sampling, and we don't have to hold by hand anymore. The T-handle is a little tough. Take a pickup truck load of cores up there to the lab. We spilled a little fertilizer earlier, and Bryden and I were sprinkling it in the rows. We decided we're going to have a 400 bushel plot there on our area. Then we decided that when we're around my backyard, we're going to have a 400 bushel plot right around the edge. Sprinkle a little fertilizer. Okay, we're really working through a wash right there. Let's watch it work. It's going to have to flex. Oh! Look at that. There's a post up here. I know that because I hit it with the combine. That's my post. I'm sure it's right there in those weeds. Well, guys, end of the night. We're not going to get done. It's raining. We're going to call it. We'll see you on the next one.